There was two that are the same, center on the 20-gallon side and center on the bed side, that were both going through a re-veg. So they felt the impact of the water and the light more because they're focusing energy on shifting their hormones over instead of just growing. And so they weren't able to fight through. And so the results are a little more dramatic. So you can see it was going through its re-veg. So it only had a 2-leafer, but look at that. You'd think, oh my goodness, I'm missing something, right? Maybe I'm missing calcium, or maybe there's not enough nitrogen, or something's happening there. And so then you might go to a leaf deficiency start and start looking all these things up. And so what I can see happen, which you can't quite tell, was the color was going out of it, and now it's coming back into it once everything recovered. And the leaves get a little bit papery, and the light, with its inability to really grow that healthy tissue, and it's like struggling from being overwatered, when you increase the intensity, it's like running a marathon and all of a sudden it's 110 degrees and the sun's just beating on you. And so they start to roll up their leaves a little bit, and they don't have ability to get all of the nutrients while they're trying to survive, and they have to transpire more water. Hopefully they can move that water, in which case it would start to dry the soil back, but at the expense of the health of the plant. So what we like to do immediately, if you see that happening in your garden, is dim the lights. Immediately, let's turn this back into a nursery. Let's slow the speed down, similar to how if it was all of a sudden, it's kind of the opposite of running a marathon because you'd be thirsty. But when you're overwatered, it's blocking the nutrient uptake. And so dimming the light slows the requirement for those nutrients and allows them to kind of limp through and just grow very, very slowly with what they're able to access. And then the cover crop, as well as the air movement, as well as them just growing and not adding any more water, it's going to move water out of the system until they rebound completely healthy, which I'll show you as you go through here. Everything looks really beautiful. And had I started saying, oh my gosh, it needs something, and trying to feed it, or worried that it was excess in the soil and freaked out and flushed it, I could have caused a lot more harm. In my experience, if you've overwatered pretty bad, and depending on the size of the plant, it can take 3-4 days to turn around, up to a week to 10 days. You should, however, when you've overwatered and you lower the light a little bit and you're aware of what's going on, you're not adding more water, within 24 hours, see a little bit more turgor and perk up as they start to work through that system. There will be signs that you're on the right path.